Picture this. A weathered barn door creaks open in the countryside. Dust particles dance in the afternoon light. And there, beneath 6 decades of cobwebs and forgotten time, sits a perfectly preserved Victorian steam locomotive. Brass fittings, still gleaming. Wheels, frozen in place. A machine that once roared across continents, now silent as a tomb. This isn't fiction, this is the true story of a locomotive that vanished from history, hidden in plain sight for 60 years. And when they finally found it, what they discovered would rewrite everything we thought we knew about Victorian engineering. If you're enjoying this story and want to see more forgotten history brought back to light, hit that subscribe button. We're uncovering lost engineering marvels every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what we've found next. The year is 1872. The Industrial Revolution is reshaping the world at breakneck speed. Steam locomotives are the lifeblood of progress, connecting cities, hauling freight, building empires. These machines aren't just transportation, they're symbols of power, wealth, and human ambition. But here's what history books don't tell you. For every successful locomotive that made it into the record books, dozens more simply disappeared, not destroyed, not scrapped, just gone, vanished into the countryside like ghosts. And in 1872, one particular locomotive was about to become one of those ghosts. This wasn't just any engine. This was a masterpiece of Victorian craftsmanship, hand-forged iron, precision-machined brass fittings, a boiler that could generate enough pressure to pull 50 tons of cargo across mountain passes. It cost more than most men would earn in 3 lifetimes. But something went terribly wrong. The locomotive belonged to a small regional railway company. Think of it as a startup in today's terms, ambitious, underfunded, desperately trying to compete with the giants. They'd invested everything into this engine. It was supposed to be their ticket to the big leagues. The engine arrived by steamship, crated in wooden boxes, each piece carefully wrapped and numbered. The uncrating alone took 3 days. Master mechanics assembled it by lamplight, checking every bolt, every bearing, every valve. When they finally lit the firebox for the first time, witnesses said the whole valley echoed with its whistle. It was magnificent, powerful, perfect, and it ran for exactly 6 months. The railway company hit financial trouble. Not unusual for 1872, the economy was volatile, competition was brutal, and one bad winter could bankrupt an entire operation. Creditors came knocking, assets were liquidated, the big valuable stuff, land, buildings, rolling stock, got seized and auctioned off. But here's where our story takes a strange turn. Someone made a decision, we don't know who, the records are murky, contradictory, lost to time, but someone decided this particular locomotive wouldn't be sold, wouldn't be scrapped, wouldn't fall into competitors' hands. They were going to hide it. Not temporarily, not for a few months until things blew over. They were going to hide it properly, permanently, until the financial situation improved, until the company could rise again, until whenever. The operation happened at night. A crew of railway workers, sworn to secrecy, carefully moved the locomotive off the main line. They dismantled nothing. This wasn't about transportation, it was about preservation. They built a temporary track just a few hundred feet, leading to a large barn on property owned by one of the company directors. Imagine the scene, lanterns flickering in the darkness, men straining against ropes and levers, the locomotive, still under its own steam, crawling slowly toward its hiding place. The barn doors, specially widened for this exact purpose, swallowing the machine whole. By sunrise it was done. The temporary track was removed. The ground was smoothed over. The barn doors were locked, barred, and sealed. And then everyone involved did the most remarkable thing. They kept the secret. The barn itself became part of the deception. On the outside, it looked like any other agricultural building, weathered wood, simple construction, unremarkable. Farmers stored hay there, children played nearby, life went on, but inside, in the darkness, the locomotive sat untouched, perfectly preserved by accident more than design. The barn's thick walls kept temperatures stable, the elevated foundation kept moisture at bay. No sunlight meant no fading, no deterioration of the paint and varnish. Years passed. The railway company that owned it dissolved completely by 1875. The directors dead by the 1890s, the workers who moved it gone, taking their secret to their graves. One by one, everyone who knew about the hidden locomotive simply disappeared from history. The barn changed hands, was inherited, was sold, was inherited again. New owners used it for storage, never bothering to explore the back corner where a massive tarpaulin covered something large and mysterious. Old farm equipment, they assumed. Been there forever. 60 years is a long time, long enough for living memory to fade completely, long enough for a secret to become a myth, and for a myth to be forgotten entirely. But metal doesn't forget, brass doesn't fade, and in 1932 someone got curious. By the way, if you think this story is incredible, wait until you see our video on the ship they buried under a city street for 90 years. Link in the description. But first, let's find out what happened when they finally opened those barn doors. A young man helping clean out the barn for his elderly relative pulled back that tarpaulin and froze. At first, he didn't understand what he was looking at. It was too big, too intact, too impossible. Steam locomotives don't just hide in barns. They don't sit perfectly preserved for decades. This had to be some kind of replica, some elaborate fake. But as he cleared away more covering, more debris, the truth became undeniable. The serial numbers were real. The manufacturer's plates were authentic. The wear patterns on the wheels, the soot stains in the firebox, the oil residue in the cylinders, all of it pointed to one impossible conclusion. This was a real locomotive, Victorian era, 60 years old, and absolutely nobody knew it was here. The discovery created an immediate crisis. Who owned it? The barn's owner, the descendants of the railway company, the government. Nobody had paperwork. Nobody had records. The locomotive existed in a legal grey area, a ghost from an era when documentation was spotty at best. And then the bigger questions emerged. How much was it worth? Should it be restored, scrapped, sold, put in a museum? Every option had advocates and opponents. Historians wanted preservation. Scrap dealers saw valuable metal. Engineers wanted to study it. Local politicians saw a tourist attraction. The locomotive that had spent 60 years hidden in silence suddenly became the center of a very loud, very public debate. Here's what they eventually discovered, piecing together fragmentary records and faded newspaper clippings. The locomotive was worth approximately $12,000 when it was new in 1872, equivalent to several million in today's money. It represented cutting-edge technology, a triumph of Victorian engineering. The company that owned it genuinely believed, they were protecting an asset, hiding it temporarily until better times came. But better times never came. The company folded, the secret became a burden nobody wanted to bear. And eventually it wasn't a secret at all, it was just forgotten. When they finally moved the locomotive out of that barn in 1932, witnesses said it was like watching a time machine in reverse. As sunlight hit the metalwork for the first time in 6 decades, the brass fittings glowed like they were new. The paint, protected from the elements, showed colors that hadn't been seen since the 1870s. It took 3 days to extract it. They had to partially dismantle the barn itself. Modern tractors struggled with the weight. This machine had been built in an era when steel was precious and everything was made to last forever. The locomotive ended up in a museum, partially restored, partially preserved, exactly as found. You can still see it today, a monument to Victorian ambition, financial desperation, and the strange ways that history preserves itself. But here's the part that haunts me about this story. For 60 years, one of the finest examples of Victorian engineering sat in darkness, doing nothing, being nothing, worth nothing to anyone. All because of a financial crisis that lasted maybe 5 years at most. The people who hid it thought they were being smart, protecting an asset, planning for the future. But fear of loss, fear of competition, fear of change, turned a working machine into a museum piece, turned potential into paralysis. How many other locomotives are still out there, hidden in barns we haven't found yet? How many pieces of history are sitting in darkness, waiting for someone to get curious? How many times do we do this ourselves, hiding our best assets, our biggest ambitions, our greatest potential, because we're afraid of what might happen if we let them see the light? The locomotive in the barn wasn't stolen, it wasn't destroyed, it was preserved perfectly, and in being preserved it was lost completely. For 60 years it existed and didn't exist at the same time, a Schrödinger's locomotive, trapped between past and future, never living in the present. They say when they first fired up its boiler in the museum 60 years after its last run, the locomotive still worked. The whistles still blew, the wheels still turned, all that time in darkness, and it was ready to run the moment someone gave it a chance. Makes you wonder what else is out there, doesn't it? What else are we keeping in the dark? Just waiting for someone to open the barn door and let the light in. Thanks for watching. If this story made you think differently about preservation, progress, or the things we hide away, leave a comment below. What's your locomotive in the barn? That project, dream, or idea you've been keeping in the dark? And don't forget to check out our playlist on Victorian engineering mysteries. I'll see you in the next one.